Hello everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I have a layout to share for Cocoa Vanilla Studio. I am working on, I'm using the Heart and Home collection, I should say that first, but I am working on this beautiful mood board. It's by Sophie and it's absolutely stunning. I didn't have, when I was scrapping with it, I didn't have a copy of it in front of me, so I had to just use it on my phone. But yeah, it's absolutely stunning and you can't see it particularly well on screen right now, but I have it in front of me at the moment and it really is truly very, very beautiful. I have mostly been inspired by the image right in the very middle of the mood board. It's a circular wooden log round and it has a bunch of flowers on the right hand side and it has words Hello October written in or etched into the wood. So I'm kind of recreating that, as in I have got this wooden circle. I've cut that from a piece of 6x8 paper, so my circle is around, it's not 6x8 paper, it's A5. So my circle is slightly under 6 inches wide and I have distressed the edges, and then my plan is to put flowers all over the right hand side. So I'm not going to create a bunch of flowers like it is in the image, but I'm definitely inspired by that. So flowers over there. And then I plan to have my photo on the circle as well, and then my title will represent the words on the wooden round, which says Hello October, but my title will be Beautiful Place. I did consider some other titles, but right now I'm sorting through all those beautiful gold titles, and I'm pulling out the ones that I think will work. So that's why I went for Beautiful Place in the end. And I also wasn't sure at this point where I was going to put my photo. I was thinking that it would like to go on the wooden piece, but then my title is so big, my flowers are on there. Where am I going to have space for my titles, my photo? So I did consider some other arrangements, but in the end, I ended up with something very similar to the one in the middle. So yes, it was very much inspired by the wood grain. I really wanted to use some of the crosshatch paper because there is a check design in the mood board. But I've already used, I feel like I've used it on every layout so far that I've made with this collection. And I said to myself, I won't use that this time because all my layouts are going to end up looking the same. And then it was like, oh no, because it's on the mood board. But there you go. So anyway, I think I decided against using that in the end, and I did go for some stripes instead behind my photo to give a nod to the stripes on that check print. So here's another arrangement that I was considering. So I really liked this one actually. So I've got Beautiful Place with all the flowers at the top and the photo in the middle there, and I thought that worked quite well. But actually, then I decided in the end that it wasn't close enough to the image in the mood board, and I moved it all around again. Sorry you'll have to watch this painful part of me deciding where to put everything. But I guess it's pretty good for you guys to know that, you know, not everything comes instantly, naturally, easily to all of us either. It's you know, sometimes we struggle too, and I know lots of people think that we don't, but we definitely do. Okay, so there we go. I think I'm pretty happy with that. So I've got my photo on the right hand side. I've got a frame tucked under the photo. I've got big floral spray in the top. The title over the wood on the left hand side, and that all works. I'm feeling very happy with how that is all looking. I should talk to you about the frame. So the frame that I chose to use is one from the ephemera, so the die cut ephemera piece, oh, there I am mounting my photo onto, it is a piece of gingham. Because of the way that it's mounted, you can only, on the right hand side of my photo, you can only see stripes. So I thought I'd use the stripy paper, but I haven't. It is the gingham. So I have got a nod to the gingham print on this layout as well. It's very small, but it is there. Anyway, going back to the ephemera frame, I chose that one. It is from the ephemera pack. It is one of those white frames with a doodle border, and it has a little floral cluster on the bottom right hand side corner, and it has acorns on it. Now the mood board has acorns, so I really wanted to make sure that I had acorns on my layout in some way. So I had two on that frame, and that was that box ticked effectively. I also fussy cut some acorns out later and add those on as well. But so that's another thing. So I've got the middle photo definitely inspired by. I've got the check print. I don't have any pumpkins. I've got wood grain. I've got acorns. Now I'm looking now at the bottom middle image, which is very chunky knitted material, yarn or whatever. I didn't have anything that thick to include on the layout, and I didn't have photos of me in jumpers or anything like that. So I decided to take a piece of white thread, so it's just embroidery thread, you can see me doing it there, and take 3 strands of it, kept them all at 6 strands each, and 3 long lengths of that embroidery thread. I taped it to the table and then plaited it, and that gave me the look of the chunky knitted, it's not very chunky, but the knitted effect, because the knitted effect looks like a plait. I don't know if it's knitted or crocheted, I'm sorry, I don't have much knowledge in that regard, so apologies if I've said the wrong thing, but the lovely chunky thread at the bottom there, that is what this was inspired by. So again, that's another tick off the mood board of the things that I've been inspired by. I've created this little plait that goes all the way around the outside edge of that wood grain circle, and that's why I did that, and that's that's how I did it. All right, so that's another nod on the mood board. Okay, so now I've decided that my flowers need some mixed media underneath them. I'm not great at mixed media these days, and you'll see why I say that in a minute. I'm a bit hopeless at it. Never quite looks how I think it's going to look. So I tend to shy away from it at the moment these days. I do love the distress oxides. I think they're very clever in the way that they blend so nicely together. They go on, they're kind of like chalky feel, aren't they? They're very nice. I like them. I also don't have to wait for them to dry, except when you then do paint splatters like this. So I've used 2 colours. I've got the saltwater taffy, and then I've got a red one, candied apple I think it might be called, I've done just put the lighter one directly onto the background paper, which is what my flowers and wood grain and everything will sit over. There we go, it looks better like that. And I've added splatters in the same colour and also in the red as well. So so that gives me a bit of mixed media over on that right hand side, around where my flowers will be. There's no reason to do that according to the mood board. I just felt that I needed it. I just felt like it needed something going on underneath the flowers and the photo and the frame, so that's why I did that. I've also added a doily, again not really on the mood board other than the fact that it's a circle. You could consider that to be the web. So this is obviously not a Halloween style layout, but there is a web, a spider's web on the mood board, which again is not a Halloween themed mood board or image by any means. It's just a web. My doily, potentially we could say, loosely represents the web, because obviously I don't have an actual spider's web on this layout, but I do have the doily, which is kind of like a web if you think about it. It's very intricate and it's round, and I'm sticking with it, okay? I'm sticking with that. So in theory, I have acorns, I have the check, I have the middle photo with the wooden round and the flowers and the words, I have the chunky knitted thread, I have the wood grain, and now I have the web as well. So I've got lots of things. The only thing that does not appear, I have not been inspired by on this mood board, is a pumpkin. That's a shame. I should have used a pumpkin photo, because I have about 5,000 of those, but I wanted to, I've already scrapped lots of those, so I wanted to move on and scrap something else. So yeah, okay. That's my acorns going on there. I have fussy cut those out from one of the papers, and I've just popped those in place. I think 4 of them. I've added 2 to the top flowers and then 2 at the bottom of the frame as well. Just adding a few more splatters. Obviously I covered up most of my mixed media when I added the flowers in place. And then I've just cut some of some words from the word paper, and I've fussy cut those out, and I've distressed the edges slightly, and I'm sticking those on with foam pads. So I've got gather, so happy together, cherish everything, and good day. I've also added a few of the little puffy heart stickers, and now I haven't done my journaling yet, but now I am just creating a little bit of something on the side there. I felt that the very big cluster over on the right needed to be balanced with something over on the left. So that's what I've done. So I've chopped a little part of the paper away, distressed the edges and folded it in a bit. And then I've just put a little bit of that lovely acorn and floral and leaf paper underneath that little gap there. Just to give a little bit of balance. It doesn't even have any embellishments or anything there. It just needed a small amount of balance to balance out that very, very large cluster on the right. And I think that does it quite nicely. Okay, so journaling going on, just in a grey pen. I didn't want it to be too dark, so I've used grey. I've added the dates, just underlining all of those lines with a ruler. Just makes a bit more of a feature of it, especially when it's in the grey pen. It's quite light, so therefore you can see it better if it's underlined. And that is me done. So I hope that you did enjoy seeing that layout come together. I really enjoyed making it. I love how I was inspired by the mood board. There's so much on it to give you inspiration. I really enjoy using mood boards. They're always one of my favourite things to do. There it is again. All right, so thank you very, very much for joining me. And don't forget to play along with that mood board over on the Facebook group. Thank you very much. That was Nikki Rowland for Cocoa Vanilla Studio.